What up, what up, what up, what up? Coming at you guys, second video of the new channel. Thanks again for watching. I'm Justin, Northwest Indiana Waterfowl Addicts. Click that subscribe button. Cool content coming your way. Today, I want to talk about shotguns. I've only been waterfowl hunting for a year. And set this down here. So I've only been waterfowl hunting for a year. I've done plenty of hunting, shot plenty of shotguns, done plenty of clay pigeon shooting. Always been a lot of fun. One thing that I have never in my life owned is a semi-automatic shotgun. Deer hunting is not really a big deal. When you're clay pigeon shooting, it's just something manly about, and it's just a lot of fun. I learned halfway through the season last year that duck hunting with a pump action shotgun is not fun. And by the time I would rack my third round, that duck was, whew, see you later. So I wanted to buy a semi-automatic shotgun. Luckily, halfway through the season last year, my cousin let me borrow his Benelli M2. Beautiful, gorgeous gun. I wanted to buy it. He didn't want to sell it. Is what it is. So I got to shopping around, and for an autoloader shotgun, I mean, you guys know as well as anybody, being duck hunters, they're expensive. You got the SX4, which is a great brand. You know, you got your Mossberg 500s, you got your Benelli Supernovas. I mean, you could spend $500 on average, all the way up to $2,000–$3,000 for a shotgun. And I could have went out and got a nice SX4 like Outdoor Limits. Josh, he shoots one of those. He loves it. But I wanted to try a budget gun. You know, you hear of a budget gun, you think, oh, they're shit, oh, they're garbage, they're no good. You go into Walmart, and Walmart's got the TriStar, is a brand that they have there, and it's a, you know, it's a $300 12 gauge shotgun. It's an auto loader, semi-automatic. The TriStar comes with a black barrel, black receiver, camo stock, and camo foregrip. That wasn't really what I wanted. I kind of wanted a full camo gun, so I did some more looking, and I came across, wait for it, Hatfield. Yep. Hatfeild SAS stands for Hatfield is the manufacturing company. They're made in Turkey. SAS stands for semi-automatic shotgun. You can get them in 12, 20, or 16 gauges, I believe. Of course, I went with the 12 gauge. You have the SAS 12, which is just the regular wood stock. You know, the wood grain stock, wood grain foregrip, black barrels, black receiver. Then they have the SAS 12C, which is a camo version of that. And that's what I wanted. I couldn't find anybody that had one in store. So I had to go down to one of the local gun shops around here and have them order one in for me. Which, you know, it took a while. I had to wait, then I do the background, and you guys know how it goes when you buy a weapon. So it came in last week on Friday after a week of waiting for it. And then for some reason, I always get delayed when it comes to buying a weapon. If you guys do, drop a comment and let me know. It's stupid. I'm licensed to carry a handgun in the state of Indiana, but every time I go to buy one, I get delayed. So I knew it was coming, so I waited. And to my surprise, my delay came back early, so I didn't have to wait as long as I did. They called me at work today and said, hey, your shotgun's ready for you. Come pick it up whenever you want. You got the proceed. I'm like, all right. So I went after work to go get it and play with it a little bit. You know, when I first ordered it and it first came in, nothing really out of the ordinary about it. It just seemed like a regular ordinary shotgun. I couldn't understand why it was only $300 for an autoloader. $300 all day for a 12 gauge pump is normal. So I was playing with it, messing with it. Of course I did, you know, I watched the reviews. There's people say, oh, they don't cycle this, oh, they don't cycle that, or the foregrips break, and you know, this and that. And I wound up calling the manufacturer. If you call Hatfield themselves, you look up Hatfield contact information on Google or Bing or whatever you use, you get a phone number. It's an 874 number. They're out of Des Plaines, Illinois. And you call there within 2 rings. Every time I've called there, within 2 rings, somebody picks up. A real person, not a robot, no BS. And whatever questions you have, the person that picks up the phone can answer. And it's nice. You don't have to wait. You don't have to worry about if you know who you're talking to knows what they're talking about and everything else. So without further ado, I got this thing home and I cleaned it because, you know, guns from the factory are dirty. And without further ado, here she is, guys. It's not bad. It's really not. It's got a really smooth action. Everything flows nice. You know, it's got your barrel lock or your action lock, like always. Your safety resembles that of a Benelli or a Beretta. They say that the receiver and all that is the exact same thing that's in a Benelli. And I believe it. I took this thing apart. I stripped it down. I cleaned it, and I did I stripped down my cousin's Benelli before I gave it back to him, and it looks exactly the same. It does have some flaws, don't get me wrong. There's, on the veneer finish, I don't see that little imperfection in there. It's got pieces of that on it in certain places. Doesn't affect the overall use of it, and you would have never noticed it if I didn't point it out to you. You may have if you were holding it or handling it, but it's a $280 shotgun, $300 after tax. What more can you expect? I ran into a bit of an issue taking it apart, and I'm gonna show you guys, should you ever do this. Another thing I had to add to it, Duck's waterfowl coal, spray and pray. They've got a couple different stickers, really cool stuff. So just like any gun, you need to lock your bolt open, take your magazine cap off. Magazine cap comes off, foregrip comes off, and I'm not going to take it apart any further than this. This barrel was really hard to get off, and I was having troubles with it. And there's a retainer on here that the old style ones of these didn't have, so they revamped and redid. This is a barrel ring. It slides off, and then you unscrew it all the way back off. And then once you're at that point, you can slide the barrel off, just like any normal gun. See, it's hard. You really got to want it. And when I first was taking it apart, I thought that this little thing here, it looked like to me that this was holding, this right here was holding the barrel on, and it had to come off. So I'm taking it off, and it's real tight spinning, and it's not going so well, and I finally get it off, and out comes this spring, and I'm like, oh man, oh, maybe I shouldn't have taken that apart. But then the barrel came right off. I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of silly. I don't know why they make it like that. They don't make it like that. I tried putting it all back together. I wound up having to call Hatfield, and again, guy that answered the phone was ready to answer my questions. Had to call them to ask him a question, to see what the heck was going on, because I couldn't get it back together. And he told me that in there is the gas valve for the, it's the gas operated shotgun. And he said that you're not supposed to take that apart, and the fact that I did take it apart, I needed to send it back into the company. I waited a week for this thing already. I was not about to send it back in. I'm proficient enough in firearms. I've got friends that are proficient enough in firearms to know what I should do, what I can and cannot do, and what I can and cannot get away with. I call up a couple buddies. They say, no, man, just torque that thing down, get it back on there, make sure it's tight. So I did, and I got it all back together, but I was still really worried about it because that guy at Hatfield told me it needed to come back. He didn't get my name or info, so I was really, really quite worried about it. I wanted to, go out back and rope one off quick and see what happened, but I was so afraid of the barrel blowing up because that's what the guy said was going to happen. But I did it anyways, and I'll tell you what, it's flawless, perfect. I shot some Winchester Super X's in it, just one. I didn't let it cycle all three. We're going to try that here in a little bit later. But overall, for $300, put this back together here. It comes in a box and it comes assembled. It's a cardboard box. You don't get a nice case or nothing with it. It does come with 3 choke tubes. It comes with an improved cylinder, a modified, and a full. The one thing I thought was kind of weird with this particular cylinder choke tube setup is they recommend that you do not shoot anything heavier than number 3 shot through the modified tube. So typically duck and goose hunting, your 2-shot, double BB, stuff like that. Through their modified choke tubes, they don't want you shooting it, which I thought was odd because every other gun I've ever had, I've shot number 2 and double BB through a modified choke tube. So I plan on getting an extended choke tube for it anyways. I don't really care. It's not a big deal to me. But overall, so far, I've got no complaints. It feels nice. It runs nice. It's comfortable. The one shot that I did shoot with not a lot of kickback. It's got a nice stock to it. I didn't have any problems with it. So far, I've only had it for a day now, but I'm gonna get it trap shooting and take it out to sport clay shooting and see how it ends and run it through its paces and see how it does. But so far, zero complaints whatsoever. It's been great so far. So I gotta go ahead and recommend this gun. If you guys are interested, you want a budget shotgun, maybe the wife wants to go try hunting and she needs a gun, you don't want to spend a whole lot of money because she may not like it, or you need to throw around spare to have in the truck in case you forget yours or something happens with yours. $300, guys, it's not that bad. And as I said, the receiver emulates that of a Benelli or a Beretta, as does the choke tube. The choke tube screw-in pattern, with every manufacturer gun is different. These emulate it takes the same chokes as a Beretta or a Benelli. So I'm gonna look into some extended, maybe a Kicks High Flyer or a Carson's extended modified and Beretta Benelli pattern, and I'll give it a try and pattern it and see how it does. But so far this weapon has been, like I said, I put one round through it, I took it apart, I cleaned it, I've been fondling it, of course. Got the nice red fiber optic up front. Not a problem at all, guys. I mean, does everything it's supposed to do. I put 3 in the, you know, it comes with the magazine cap, so I don't know how it is in the rest of the country, but here in Indiana we can only have 2 in our magazine, 1 in the chamber. And it comes with the magazine tube, or the plug for it, which works well. Already set up to block you off at 2 shells at 3-inch. This gun is only chambered for 3 or 2 3/4. I do not believe Hatfield makes one that's chambered for 3.5. I don't like shooting 3.5, so that's fine, but some of you guys do, and that might be a problem for you. But I only shoot 3s, and this gun handles 3s, and we're gonna put it through its paces and see how it does. So again, if you guys like this video, smash that thumbs up for me. Hit the subscribe button, turn your notifications on. Got real cool content coming to you. Once this duck season kicks off here real soon, we're gonna have some cool hunt videos to you. We'll do maybe some hunting or some killing cooks, you know, some cleaning, something. A lot of good stuff coming your guys' way. So thanks again for watching. Stay tuned. And if you want a shirt like this, Ducks Waterfowl Co. This is the America Cupped Up Ducks version. Really, really cool. Check out Bobby Guy Films. Follow his page. He's got awesome content as well. And duckswaterfowlco.com. Ducks, D-U-X, waterfowlco.com. Check him out. Get you a shirt. They've got hats, shirts, gunslings, all kinds of stuff, guys. I mean, I don't even know what's all on there. But give his page a subscribe and a like. Check him out. Same thing with Outdoor Limits. Josh and Bobby, they're both real good dudes. And they're down in Kansas. I'm up in Northern Indiana. So your content is Northern Indiana related on this channel. So thanks again, guys, for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.